Are you sitting down? Well, stand up and cheer because today we are celebrating our 100th episode of Free Mama TV. I'm going to go behind the scenes with you today, do something a little bit different, and show you what it really takes to run the Free Mama. Listen, I know from personal experience that it's easy to look up at people who already have the Instagram following, the YouTube channel, and the Facebook group and feel like it will never happen for you. But I want you to know it takes a village. There are a lot of people who help make these businesses happen. You have to crawl before you can walk and walk before you can run. And I'm super passionate about helping you take those first few steps. If we haven't met already, hi, I'm Lauren Golden, and I teach moms how to ditch the 9 to 5 to work from home and live a totally awesome, guilt-free life. I didn't even launch this channel until I had been in business for almost 4 years. The Free Mama movement was already over a year old as well. And that's why in this video, you'll see what goes on behind the scenes of a successful 7-figure business so you can stop beating yourself up about how much you've achieved so far, and you'll understand that everything is possible. Plus, I want you to be sure and watch to the end of this video because I'm going to tell you about a very special opportunity that might be the perfect next step for you. Now, I want you to know that just like you, I've experienced the doubts, the frustrations, the feelings of failure, the limiting beliefs, but I want you to know that thankfully, while I've been building this business, I've also figured out some cool stuff along the way. The whole reason we have this channel and all of our programs is to teach you how to set yourself up to build a successful business too. So since today we are celebrating our 100th episode, I want to give you a realistic look behind the scenes. I want to show you our profit and loss, recurring revenue, all the behind the scenes numbers of what it takes to run this business while working the hours that I work. But I also want you to see the other side, the expenses. You'll find out how much I pay my team, how much I spend on ads, and all the other costs. I want you to know exactly what it takes to run a business like this and to truly understand that you can't expect yourself to achieve it on day one. Your first steps in business aren't about creating an email list, a lead magnet, and a brand. Step one is working out if you want to have a service-based business and how you'll get results for your clients. That's where I started. That's where every member on my team started. And that's where every entrepreneur you're probably looking up to also started. But one day you will learn how to scale and hit these numbers and work 3 or 4 hours a day. And in this video, I'll show you the bridge from where you are now to where you want to be. So I think for some context, it's really important to start with where this bad boy hole all began. I actually started my own freelance career, so acting as a service provider, one-to-one in social media management, then evolved to virtual assistants and online business management. I was doing some ads, I was doing some funnel creation. And while I don't recommend this for scaling a one-to-one business, I think this was the path that I was really designed to take so that I knew a lot about a lot of different things. And I'm now able to teach that to other people, which is ultimately what I do now as the founder of the Free Mama movement. But my freelancing career started just me, which is how most of you will have to begin, like we just discussed. I launched my freelancing business in the summer of 2014, and I launched the Free Mama movement, this Facebook group that you are looking at, in September of 2017. So 3 full years of experience and failures and pitfalls and feast or famine clients and making mistakes and not charging what I was worth and all of the things that I get to teach now. I want you to understand that I had to live it. I always say you can't walk someone across a bridge you haven't walked across. And so, it's easy to look at people online and think they were an overnight success, but there was 3 years of foundational work and trial and error and just hard work and dedication that went into even being remotely qualified to begin this movement. And now, years after that, I've evolved so much as well. But the Free Mama movement really came about in September of 2017. I hired a business coach. I then went on to build out the 12-week program, and I sold my first course in December of 2017. So you can see this group, we now have almost 30,000 people or 33,000 people in it, which is awesome. This took 3 years. Like, this didn't happen overnight. And when I launched the Free Mama movement, this was the only presence that I had online. I wasn't trying to be on every platform all the time and do all the things. I was in one spot serving my ideal clients and telling them what they could purchase from me. So there's a really, really big lesson in that. But this, it took 3 years to build this. It didn't happen overnight. And really it took 6 years, because there was all that foundational work that even made me qualified to be able to lead other people inside of this movement. Now, I know what you guys really want though are the numbers, and I don't blame you, because that's what I would be super curious about as well. So we're going to start in Stripe, and I've got this pulled up to a custom report so that you guys can see from December 2017, which, like I told you, that's when I made my first course sale. So at this time, I was still freelancing. You'll see some of that revenue when we pop over to PayPal, because that's where my clients were paying me from. But everything you see in Stripe has come from this iteration of the Free Mama movement. So this is a combination, the 2.44 million since December of 2017 is coming from course sales, coaching, our Free Mama Squad, which is our coaching program. I did one-on-one in the past. We have the Quick Start Freelance Success Kit. So there's lots of different products and services that we offer that come into this gross volume through our Stripe account. What I want you to also know about this though, is that for the first 6 months of my business, I only had one offer, and that was the Free Mama 12-week program. That was it. That's where all my focus was into making that better, making sales, working on my marketing message, and really getting honed in on who I was serving and what they needed. And I see so many entrepreneurs and even new freelancers getting really distracted and trying to do all the things and build all the things and offer all the things. And there's just so much wisdom in, recognizing that having one core offer is going to make you stand out. It's going to make you become known for something, and it's going to allow you to become the best because of the time and energy you're putting on it. So that 2.44 million is awesome. It is still our core offer, is the 12-week program. We've served over 4,000 women through our programs. And again, this is just looking at one dashboard. This is our main dashboard. Obviously you can see net volume. So this is the money that gets taken away for online transactions, which is something that I see a lot of people wanting to try to avoid that and not have credit card fees, merchant fees. And I just want to let you know that if you're building a virtual business, it's just a cost of doing business. It is something you write off at tax time. And for ease of use for both your clients and for yourself and for accounting purposes, I really suggest just dealing with it. Quite frankly, I know that's very professional advice you just got. So new customers, 4,000, but you'll see we've had over 10,000 successful payments. Now, this is for two reasons. Number one, we have a lot of repeat buyers. We have people who enroll in the 12-week program, but then they also want to come to a Free Mama retreat, or they come to Free Mama Live, or they enroll in my higher coaching programs like the Movement Maker Accelerator that we launched, which now has rolled into Inner Circle for Life. We have people who also are on payment plans. We try to make our payments accessible. Now, this does two things. Number one, it limits the barrier for purchase for a potential client when there's a payment plan, when you make it more accessible to them. So rather than paying $1,000 for a program, they can pay $300 a month for a program for a few months. So recurring payments, it's also a great way to have recurring, meaning it happens again and again, and you can start to predict this recurring revenue inside of your business. We also have a monthly membership, which is, it started out as private group coaching and just this year evolved into the Free Mama Squad, which is $97 a month. Again, that's recurring revenue, meaning that payment transaction happens month after month as long as that person stays inside of the Free Mama Squad, which is really awesome. Obviously, you can see some other data here, all looking pretty good. So this is total. What I'd like to show you next is year over year. So really December of 2017 was pretty much 2018, but let's go ahead and let's look at 2018. Yep, January 1st, 2018 to December 31st. So that very first year in business, I cleared over $500,000. You guys, I remember the phone call that I made to my CPA in about March of this year when I said, hey, I think this is really going to be something. This is helping a lot of people, and people are interested in what I've created here. And it's a really beautiful thing. So almost 1,000 customers that first year, 806. And all I did this year was the Free Mama Movement 12-week program. This year in the springtime, we launched the Quick Start Freelance Success Kit. So we had 2 products that we were offering. I did do some one-on-one coaching. We have that continuity that I referred to of the free mama. It was called private group coaching at this time. And so it was really, it wasn't a lot. There wasn't a lot going on. During this year, I hired my copywriter, an assistant, and my social media manager. They were all brought on. Actually, I think in the fall of this year was when I brought on my funnel designer as well. So I added 4 team members. Everything through building up to launching, I didn't have anybody on my team. You guys will see here in a minute, I'm going to show you my actual P&L from my CPA. And you'll see that this doesn't go in my pocket. I wish it did. That'd be really great. But that's not the way that running a business works once you start to scale. When you're a freelancer, your responsibility, your overhead, it's very limited. You might buy a computer or a coaching program or some pens or something, some software programs. Maybe you pay for QuickBooks Self-Employed. These things are really amazing. But once you start to scale, we're always paying with time or money. And if you know me, if you've been on this channel, I'm obsessed with time management. I'm obsessed with protecting my time. And so I look at hiring team as an investment in my own personal time. Also, other people are a lot more talented than I am. So there's people that I pay here. And then that's actually my second business expense. I will let you sit and think if you can guess what my first biggest expense is in my business. And I'll show you here in just a bit. So again, you can kind of see what happened that first year. And then let's jump to year 2019, and we did a little bit better. Again, I want to remind you, this is all through Stripe. So this isn't accounting for any of our revenue that came from PayPal, just trying to show you year over year. So we went from about $500,000 to 830,000 a year. And I think it was about 800 customers to almost 1,400 customers that second year, full year in business. And again, very few things were added this year. I took lots of time off. I traveled a lot in 2019. So every month I was actually traveling to do free mama meetups. This wasn't something that was a profitable endeavor. This was something that was just very fulfilling. And I think it helped the brand and build community. But that is something to take into account, that I was working even less because I was traveling so much. And we launched the Inner Circle in 2019. I also launched the Movement Maker Accelerator. Now those 2 programs have combined, like I mentioned, in an Inner Circle for life, and the price points have varied throughout the years. So a few more offers came on. We did add more team in 2019 as well. And so just continuing to grow and evolve. And then the year is not over at the time I'm recording this, so we're not going to be fully up to date, but so today you can see that we have crossed 1.05 million in sales, and we got a few days left. We have jumped from about, 1,400 customers to almost 2,000 customers this year, with over 5,000 successful payments. So this year we launched the Free Mama Squad and then merged it with the Free Mama private group coaching. Those become the same thing. So a big focus for us is additional revenue streams. I think that successful payments number just went up a notch. So I think we just made a sale while we were sitting here talking. How exciting is that live action? And so it's very exciting just to see that we are having really healthy growth. Since I've been in business, I've had, and in this iteration, I've only had 1 month that was in the red. What that means is that for 1 month, I believe it was June of 2018, we spent more than we brought in terms of revenue in the business. But this is just so you guys can kind of see this world that you're a part of. This is the Free Mama community that you're in. Again, this doesn't go in my pocket. I have expenses. I had to become a big girl CEO, and it's a little scary, but it's also very exciting. So that's kind of the growth financially from Stripe. Okay, so now we're over here in my PayPal. I'm just going to kind of show year over year. It's only letting me go back to 2019, so we'll just have 2 years to look at. We don't do a lot with PayPal, and part of that has actually been really frustrating because PayPal and Stripe and ClickFunnels, which are 3 software programs that we use, do not all play very nice together. It doesn't work out super nicely. However, I have one of the streams of revenue inside of my business is affiliate partnerships. So I work with other entrepreneurs who have something that I believe would be of of benefit to my community, and I let them borrow access to my community. We'll do a training or a workshop or a webinar together. And in exchange, I get compensated a percentage of the sales that they make. And those are typically paid out through PayPal. We do also have people who will email support and ask if they can, enroll in the 12-week program and use PayPal. And of course, we try to be as accommodating as possible. That is really, really central to our mission and to who we are and who we want to be for our community. So, like I mentioned on the Stripe dashboard, we have payment plans. If anybody ever asks to be able to pay that off early, a lot of people say no because it's automated. They just want it to go. That's something we've always done for our clients, because again, we want to be as accommodating as possible. So in 2019, we brought in, an additional, 1,000, over six figures, 113,000 through 521 transactions. A lot of my coaching students also paid through PayPal that year. And I believe at one point we were running all of our book distribution. So I wrote a book in December of 2018 that published. And for a while we were selling our book directly on my website. Now you can find it over on Amazon. You can look up the free Mama Movement, how to work from home, control your schedule, and make more money. And for a while we were selling a hard copy of the book. We no longer do that because I realized I am not a book distribution center, and that is not a good use of my time to try to do that on my own. But that is where that's why you're seeing such a high number of transactions. That you will probably see a big change as we jump to 2020. So you can see our revenue is up slightly. Again, a majority of that is going to come from coaching students who enrolled in the inner circle, as well as our affiliate payouts. And you'll see that major dip in number of transactions. And I think that is in very large part due to removing that book option on side of PayPal. So again, you can kind of see some trends year over year down here. And that's super exciting. So that is where the majority of our revenue is coming in from, is going to be from coaching programs, from the 12-week program, from all of our e-products, our e-learning programs. Another revenue stream that we have is that affiliate marketing I was sharing with you. I also get passive income, which is super exciting. It's a word I hear a lot, but I think is misused often. I do not look at my course as passive income. I worked very hard to create it. I also work very hard to continue to sell it and bring traffic into it and upgrade it for my students and all of these things. There's not a whole lot that's passive about it, other than the fact that I made it once and then I can sell it over and over again. But what I find to be truly passive income in my business right now is I get paid out from Amazon every month when people purchase my book. So I wrote that once, and now I literally do nothing, and I continue to collect royalties on that through both Audible, the ebook, and the printed book version. I also collect passive income every month from Google through the YouTube platform. So what you're watching right now, when you see ads, that's something that we've been able to monetize because our viewers and our watch time is so amazing, which is awesome. It tells me that you guys love this channel. And what's really cool is that YouTube will compensate us for that, for keeping people on their platform and putting out content that really benefits its viewers. So that is not seen in either of these. Those come direct deposit into my bank account, but you'll see them shown up on my profit and loss here in just a minute. Okay, this is the last document that I want to show to you. This is a report that I get every single month from my CPA, which is really awesome. So it's a managed report. This is, as you can see, this is going to show you the most recent completed month in my business, which is November 30th, 2020. So, but it was prepared, as you can see at the bottom, in December. So it's as recent as we have completed. And you'll actually see that this was actually a really low month for us. I moved cross country. I was coming off of a 15-day event. So you're going to see a couple things by that. Number one, well, we'll get there. So this is broken out. This is the P&L that he sends over. He breaks out current assets. So that's actual balances inside of bank accounts, which is really kind of cool, just to be able to see like what are your personal assets, or in your business, not personal assets, your business assets. And here's where it gets really good though. You're able to compare your month to the year. When he does a quarterly report, I'm actually able to see quarter over quarter and then year over year, which is really exciting. And you'll see that this actually breaks out different revenue streams. So like I was mentioning, that affiliate income. So in November, we had about $5,000 that came in through affiliates, you guys. Like, this is what's possible as you continue to grow. But remember, before I even launched the Free Mama movement, I put in 3 years of work to learn these things and to set a foundation and to have the experience to be able to build a community that would sustain an affiliate revenue. I see a lot of people trying to get into affiliate marketing, but they don't have an audience of people who know, like, and trust them. So it's challenging. And then you can see year to date, it's already cleared 6 figures, which is just really exciting. Honestly, this is my favorite way to make money. It really is, because I'm able to bring something I truly believe in, and then I'm not fulfilling on the back end. So what that means is when someone makes a purchase, I'm getting paid basically a commission, a percentage, but I don't actually have to do any work. So it's really a great thing to consider in the future as you're building out your business and thinking about what streams of revenue could I add to my business, so that, if I'm not working because I'm moving cross country for 2 weeks and I'm taking all this time off and not running ads and, just kind of sitting back, how can I make that work? We had 71,000 come in through course sales. Now, what I will say is, under courses, this also includes our Free Mama Squad. So our coaching is also bundled under courses for our accounting purposes. We had products that were physical products. So you can see sales from YouTube, those are split out, and that is income that is coming in completely passively as well. So that's always really exciting to know that we've built this channel and that it provides an additional stream of revenue. And what that really means is that this channel basically pays for itself, because this money just gets turned around to the team that I hire to help support Free Mama TV, which you guys are watching. So it's very, very exciting to see that type of growth, which happened about a year into our business. So then we get into expenses and all of that stuff, which gets very exciting. You can see that my number one expense in business is actually advertising. So this year, while we have already, let's see, where was the to date? So to date, through November of 2020, we had already made 1,134,000 plus, right? But you can see that almost $400,000 of that goes to ads, marketing, and promotional expenses. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money, right, for the year. And then again, you're seeing this monthly breakdown from November. That's a lot. Now, I know a lot of other companies have that number in a lot wider gap. But what I'll tell you is, I practice what I preach. When I say I'm only working 4 hours a day, I'm only working 4 hours a day. When I say I'm only working 5 hours a day or 2 hours a day, or I took 2 weeks off, or I went on an 8-week RV trip, those things are really happening. And like I said, we always pay with time or money. And what's so beautiful about having a virtual business is that when you set up automated systems and you get the right team in place, and you're working with software that is functional and exciting, and you have a sales process that works, and you understand marketing, and you know how to leverage these things, that's the important word, then you can pay for it with money. That's clearly the revenues there in the business, rather than with your time. So that's, to me, what that exchange looks like. And while it is a ton of money that we're spending, and we're always looking to increase our bottom line, so our net profit that we keep, it's also money that is always well spent, in my opinion, because I know that I'm able to create these memories with my family and practice what I preach. So it's very exciting. Obviously, you'll see some other line items in here, which you're welcome to view, which is exciting. You will see contractor fees. So contractor fees would be some of the members on my team. Others are, you see down here under legal and professional services. So legal and accounting. So this is just literally my CPA, but then also you'll see other professional fees. So again, that's, we're getting into the definitely tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. So we're looking at about, almost 400,000 for ads, marketing, and promo. But my second biggest line item is definitely all of these contractor and professional services. And I'm trying to do some quick math, but it looks like we're at about almost not quite 200,000. So about 180,000 coming from that alone, which is, again, a really big expense. Now you'll also see over here education training expenses. So these might be coaches, courses, mentors, programs that I'm being a part of, so that I can continue to grow. Because something I do know is, while we've been able to make over almost 2.5 million over the last few years, I've invested over 100,000 in my own personal development. And I know that those two are not mutually exclusive from each other because of taking the time to find people who I knew could help me grow and could help me have this level of understanding and success, not just through coaches, but also through the right team members and professional service providers. I'm able to continue to do better and earn more, which is just really exciting. Because then I'm able to give back to other people as well, which is really, really cool. So again, you'll see some other expenses here that are relatively minor compared to the other things that we talked about. Something else that I want to point out, just full transparency, is payroll. So I am my only employee. So you'll see that I pay myself a salary. I think we're missing a month, but I pay myself a 6-figure salary, which is really, really cool. I mean, that's not something I ever was even close to in the corporate world. And I could pay myself more. You see that in November, we're already posting almost a $300,000 profit for the year, which is amazing. That obviously does this number right here, this bad boy, in case you're curious or new to business, that's what I will have to pay taxes on. So it's not, again, it's not all going in my pocket. I'm very intentional and smart about reinvesting back in my business. However, I am a big fan of the concept of profit first and making sure, I don't want to be that broke entrepreneur who's, claiming they made $1 million, but they, can't feed their family or have a bunch of debt. I am very intentional about making sure that my family is provided for. That's why I created this business. I'm very in alignment with how I tell you that I spend my time. And I do have to make investments that then pay for that. But you can see we also have a very healthy business, which is beautiful and something I'm incredibly, incredibly proud of. So there is a look at our P&L most recently, which is just kind of a behind the scenes for you. Now, if you're where I was in that 2014 to 16, 17 era, and you're already earning about $2,000 to $5,000 a month consistently, and this looked appealing to you, you're ready to scale, you understand what it's going to take in terms of an investment of your time and your energy, as well as learning how to outsource and grow a team and diversify your streams of revenue inside of your business, then I want to invite you to take a close look at the Inner Circle for Life program, where you'll get access to our signature 4-pillar method to build and scale your online business successfully. Now, this comes with a mastermind of driven women who are committed to personal growth, business development, and creating a global impact, just like we try to do here at the Free Mama. You can find a link to the Inner Circle for Life application in the comments just below this video, or you can head to laurensinnercircle.com. Also, if you want to join a community of mamas just like you, I have a Facebook group where thousands of mamas come together for support and action-taking tips and motivation. Now, we did things quite differently today, but I need to know if you liked it. Did you like this behind the scenes unscripted version of Free Mama TV? Let me know if you want more episodes just like this down in the comments below. And as always, hashtag I am a free mama if you're ready to take your business to the next level. Okay, I also want to use just okay, weird. Whoa. Let's go with that.